President Trump called the post office a joke. Is it a joke?
Postal Service is not a joke. As part of this conversation, there are many inaccuracies about my actions that I wish to again correct. First, I did not direct the removal of blue collection boxes or the removal of mail processing equipment. Second, I did not direct the cutback on hours at any of our post offices. And finally, I did not direct the elimination or any cutback in overtime. I did, however, suspend these practices to remove any misperceptions about our commitment to delivering the nation's election mail.
These delays have real impacts on real lives with real consequences. Most devastatingly, they've damaged the Postal Service's credibility. In a very brief time, congratulations, Mr. DeJoy, an esteemed institution that now is in doubt in the American public's mind.
In an effort to apply the facts, the real facts, not the alternative facts, based on what you have actually done, one can only reach, as a fact finder, we can only reach two conclusions. One, either through gross incompetence, you have ended the 240-year history of delivering the mail reliably on time, or the second conclusion that we could gather is that you're doing this on purpose and that you're deliberately dismantling this once proud tradition.
The gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman may answer his question.
My last question is this.
Thank you,
What
sir.
the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing?
The gentleman's time has
That's my
expired.
Thank you, sir.
The gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman may answer.
First of all, I would like to agree with you on the heroic efforts of our 650,000 employees across the nation, and the history of the Postal Service for their the 250-year history of serving the American public. And I'm very
Will you
proud,
put the machines back?
I'm very proud to lead the organization. The rest of your accusations are actually
Will you put the high-speed machines
back? No,
back?
I will not.
You will not.
Will not.
You will not. Well, there you go.
You made a statement before the Senate the other day to Senator Gary Peters. You've had no contact with the Trump campaign during your tenure. Is that correct?
I've had no contact with the Trump campaign. I've spoken to the president. I've spoken to Steve Mnuchin. I've spoken to other people, but I've had no contact about the poll. I have not spoken to anybody about the Postal Service.
Did you not tell the Board of Governors this month in August that, in fact, you had contact with the Trump campaign to ask them to stop their attacks on the Postal Service and voting by mail?
I have put word around to different people to plead that this is not helpful to.
So you did have contact with the Trump campaign?
The core issue why you are here today, Mr. Postmaster General, is to ensure that every American has their right to vote fully protected. What is becoming abundantly clear is that the Trump administration, Republicans in Congress, and the USPS are not obstacles to that right. Rather, you are helping to ensure voting access despite incompetence and partisanship on the part of a great many state election officials across the country.
When all the facts, none of the facts, as the Wall Street Journal said, this is one giant conspiracy from the Democrats. I just want to know what could be their reason? What could it be, Mr. DeJoy? We know it's not based on the facts. What could it be? Might it be politics? Might it be? Might it be the election coming up? Might it be the fact that they actually want to wait and count votes after Election Day? Maybe they want 6 weeks after the election. Maybe they want to be counting votes 6 weeks after the election, the presidential election, the biggest election we're going to have. Maybe they want to be counting votes 6 weeks after like they did in the chairwoman's race, or 4 weeks after like they did in New Jersey. Or maybe they want to wait forever like they did in the Democrat Iowa caucuses. Might that be the reason? The chaos and confusion that we saw with all three of those elections. Maybe that's what they want. Could that be the reason, Mr. DeJoy?
I don't know what motivates people to have different opinions of me. The American people have the commitment of the 650,000 women and men of the United States Postal Service that we will do everything within our power and structure to deliver ballots on time. But again, we remind them to request your ballot early and vote early.